Good morning, boys and girls. East Millbrook, sixth graders. It's Mr. Santiago, and today is your last science instructions for the year. Congratulations. Woo woo! You made it until the end, and I hope everybody has a fantastic summer, and hopefully things will be a little bit more close to normal come August. And unfortunately, we won't see you as seventh graders. Good luck, Godspeed, move forward. Okay, real quick recap from Monday. What makes the Earth special? Well, got two images here. The sun is on your left, and then the planet Earth, which we live on. What makes the Earth special? People. People. And the fact that human beings can live on the Earth along with animals and other organisms. And the reason we're able to do that is because of our distance from the sun. It's just right. The composition of our planet, what it's made of, and the fact that we have oxygen in our atmosphere on our planet, which allows us to breathe. And the other planets are not quite configured exactly the same way that the planet Earth is. So that's what makes us special. Now, today, just like Monday, our standard is to be able to explain why the Earth sustains life, including those properties, having an atmosphere, the location to the sun, and the composition of the planet. A couple of pieces of information. I want to compare some other planets in the solar system to the Earth. Remember, the Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun. Well, Jupiter, which happens to be the largest planet in the solar system, is 481 million miles away from the sun. Saturn, 929 million miles away from the sun. Uranus and Neptune, look, Neptune, 2.78 billion miles away from the sun. No wonder the temperatures are so cold on those outer planets. Uranus, Neptune, Saturn. They're a lot farther away from the sun than the planet Earth is. All right, just a reminder, the composition of those inner planets, Venus, Mercury, Earth, Mars, were made of primarily rock. So in addition to being referred to as the inner planets, they're also referred to as the rocky planets. And those additional four, Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, those are the outer planets. They're also known as the gassy planets. Someone questioned me the other day, said, well, what happened to Pluto? I remember Pluto used to be a planet. Well, Pluto, after some discovery and discussion, scientists discovered that Pluto doesn't have the size to be considered a planet. So it's actually referred to as a dwarf planet. There's a couple of other dwarf planets. Some of you may have heard of Ceres. No, not the series on your iPhone. But Pluto has been downgraded to a dwarf planet. Okay, 3 things to do today. Number 1, you're going to learn a little bit more about those outer planets, those gassy planets. And the way you're going to do that, you're going to complete an Ed puzzle as you watch a video that describes the outer planets. I have a Google Doc uploaded to Classroom. It's entitled, Do the Other Planets Protect Us? I want you to think about that in addition to the video, because in our solar system, we've got asteroids, we've got meteoroids, we've got comets. There's a lot of other thing going on in the solar system, and I want you to critically think and wonder, do the other planets protect us somehow? Okay? So those are your 2 work assignments. The third thing is I want you to have a great summer. All right? Like I said, this is our last science day together. I believe all the teams are going to have a Google Meet on Friday to kind of wrap up the year. So until then, congratulations on a successful 6th grade year despite all the adversity, and good luck in the future.